facility, constitute, intervention, disrupt,
transfer,
exploit, crew, as to, gain,
stimulate, contribute to, consist of,
maintenance, be likely to be, meanwhile,
region,
content,
patience, treaty,
distinctive,
subordinate,
Be obsessed with.
parliament, soul,
immediately, collide,
optimistic,
expand,
sequence, perceive,
attractive,
Conceivable.
cognitive,
publication,
inclusive,
Dilute. Supportive.
initiative,
serious,
lecture,
require, signify,
expenditure,
shift,
Take note of.
administration, departure,
recommend,
Determinative.
sake, roughly, stir, swap,
liken, external, frown, institution, autograph, famine, appeal,
record,
compliment,
set up,
acid, insist, envious, interval,
toxic, sink, wage,
allocate, cough,
resume, the number of, restore,
altitude, correspond,
object,
feet, inevitable, fee, expert,
Affirmation.
conceive,
Be prone to V.
upside down,
So that SV.
astrology, bloom, clutter,
Empathetic. Equals empathic.
spit, opposite,
Improve. Equal.
budget, innovative, encourage,
valid, state, servant,
Sundial.
random,
Mountain. Equals chain.
comply, discard,
Verify.
amuse,
administer,
innocent,
secure, obscure, recovery, tremendous,
mobility,
Diligence.
celebrity,
aggravate,
arrangement, exposure,
rake, regulation,
celestial, interrupt,
Forbid.
organize,
exist,
refugee, previous,
catastrophe,
strip,
flourish,
submit, survey, resemble,
deprive,
pesticide, transmit,
instruction, intention,
plateau,
forego,
yield,
attention, extensive,
pointed, take on, strategy,
abide, cause, entertain, logic, grief,
obtain,
even, discharge, glide, convert, germ, minister,
seduce, unify, permit, quantity, narrative, rate, take off,
pessimist,
strict, raise,
humid,
universal,
headquarter, grind, inquire, leather, mercy, dignity, dictator, funeral,
pat, superb, punishment, nervous,
attract, approach, ignorance,
uphold,
counter,
questionnaire, specify,
formulation,
quarrel, pessimistic, thrive,
assemble, exclusive, exhibit, assessment, gloomy,
anonymity,
regress,
humidity, capacity,
brutal,
economist,
quality, radiate, reunite,
inflict,
huge, devote,
retire,
arbitrary,
subtle,
liberation,
poison,
ingenuity,
subsequent, toll,
ethnic,
No matter how. Equals however.
conflict,
take in, owing to, take over, obesity,
bend, disconnect, confusion, beard, deserted, inhale,
hands-on,
No avail.
resident, needle,
confront,
prophesy,
comment, hardship,
private, motivation,
figure out,
neglect,
distribute,
variety,
closet, crowd, frighten,
observance, reframe,
attentive,
be supposed to,
astronomy,
adorn, vulnerable,
chop,
bizarre, accomplish,
turn A into B,
digestive, enclose, hygiene, breathe, intense,
narrow,
that is why,
cemetery,
Aisle.
compound,
Subsidize.
gist, investigate,
Practical.
entail, light up,
Solidity.
arrogant, exert, assert, deplete,
Derive A from B.
Wonder.
Heredity.
drip, confirm, line up, edible, defect, given,
Restrict.
mayor, broadcast, ambiguous, individuality, crave, hospitality,
Result from.
consider, educate,
Oppose.
banquet,
A series of.
deceit,
Rule.
Take A for granted.
absorb, commercial,
Admit.
Predictive.
meteorologist, hold out,
Recognize.
Shrug off as B.
credit,
Terminal.
Be subjected to.
concentrate,
So. Sibling. Overlap.
awkward, diaper, adolescent,
Utensil.
be aware of,
Obedience. Scarce.
invaluable,
Muddy.
civilian, courage, familiar,
Prefer A to B.
fix,
Accuse A of B.
be reluctant to, earthquake, evident,
Pay attention to. Prescribe.
ensure,
Unjust.
Sacred. Register.
accuse,
Refuse to V.
inflation,
Stretch. Revive. Nurture. Proficiency.
analyze, calculate,
Regret.
attack,
Ordinary.
commodity,
Service.
Terminology.
exaggerate, grip,
Rhetoric. Tissue. Vocation.
eco-friendly, guidance,
Persist.
fabric, long,
Retain.
matter,
Sustain.
contemplate, entire,
Professor.
employer, author, corporation, assess,
Option. Nuisance. Rubbish.
drone,
Odds.
couch,
Shovel.
intensive,
Pioneer. Plant. Standard.
Bombard.
Symbolize.
distinguish,
Spiritual. Stick out.
literally,
Kinship.
masterpiece,
Revenge.
condense, handle, identical, invade, expectation, determine,
seek, grant, ultimate, tilt, official,
depth, lifelong, entitle,
with regard to, motivate,
distract,
tomb, suffer, pneumonia,
mend,
ration,
spill, protest,
outgrow,
get rid of,
stem,
alley,
pest,
compromise,
representative, systematic,
validate,
patient,
duty,
quest,
invent,
insulation,
chaotic, amend, botanical, enchant, demonstrate,
incomparably,
symbol,
represent, equal,
accompany,
trace, tribe,
inform, humility, disclose, block,
show off,
accidentally, displace,
evitable,
perpetual, strive,
knit,
fulfill,
nerve,
lethal,
combat,
opportunity,
instructor,
party,
no longer, equal,
maneuver,
ratio,
confuse,
overwhelm,
instrument,
stroll, trim,
flaw, acquire, entangle,
provoke, overthrow,
ritual, equals ceremony,
recess, seize, urge,
climate,
pressure,
folk,
result in,
sprout,
personality,
identify with, bite,
synthesize,
despair, embed, demean,
notice,
accept, disorder,
resent, mobilize,
donate, gifted,
transmission,
disaster, abandon,
mob, give in,
reckon, stitch,
impose, amount,
disperse, equal,
clarity,
unfold,
choke, indifference,
optimism,
integrate, misunderstanding,
presumption,
kidney, incite,
subconscious, request,
be inclined to, incentive,
compliance,
conceal, faculty,
witness, affect,
deficit,
inflame,
reverse, worsen, property, probe, nod,
contend,
moderate,
vessel, obsession,
deem, isolate,
sentence,
evoke, circular,
protect,
comfort,
strength,
modesty, keep from ing, genius, institute,
mute,
humble, beneath,
blossom,
export, defense,
spread,
diverse,
supervise,
definite,
sip,
carton, intrigue,
worse,
declare,
recipient, rotten,
transcendental,
receive, procession,
hinder, generation, identify, cultivation, defend, belief,
proceed,
horizontal,
variation,
atmosphere, circulation, be obliged to be, livelihood, crime,
slide,
evil, impede, get in,
obligation,
medieval, hold one's breath, forecast, autonomous,
dismount,
numb,
guilty,
obvious, transparent, swarm, resolute,
direct, illuminate,
evade,
polish,
absolutely,
intend to be,
alert, pitch,
analogy, autonomy, domestic,
pray,
dinosaur, incident, ignore,
proceed,
dip, duplicate, compete, exclaim, investment,
switch, synchronize,
insightful, profit,
auditory,
stand out, progress,
bid, betray,
respond, patron,
chemical, conscious, cotton,
spine, senator, thought, scarcity, raw,
fluctuate, anxiety,
profit,
innate, achieve, ethics,
tend to,
reservation,
efficient, heritage,
undermine, overlook, whisper,
audible, grateful,
rag, recruit,
refrain from the tilde,
adjust, litter,
substance,
tune to,
by all means,
regular,
feature, manifestation,
tap, organism, prophecy, sign,
juvenile, jar,
proper,
magnitude,
incapable,
Abominate equals disgust. Enable A to V.
keep Ving,
resilience,
status,
generate,
scatter,
counsel,
Lethally.
rationale,
diminish,
sticky,
import, deliver, bury, aesthetic, access,
remain,
apologize, emigrate, discern,
submarine,
achievement, category,
astronomical,
Unorganized.
restraint, settle,
exceed,
perspective, recession, stiff,
mock,
shelter,
garment,
adopt,
burden,
vary,
Aimlessly.
legacy, gossip,
regulate,
circumstance,
organization, purpose,
break into,
raid,
attach, anecdote, frustrate, head for,
relate,
clumsy, allowance,
twist, rise, ornament,
mediate, fasten,
stop from ing,
janitor, dense,
shelve,
accumulate, decay, compatible,
predecessor,
meditate,
potent,
masculine, circulate, basement,
reckless, odd,
demoralize,
elastic, grumble, industry,
not at all,
consistent,
surgery, preference, upcoming, vain,
lonely, enthusiasm,
predator,
controversial,
peril,
The latter.
avenge,
spouse,
Used to V.
cabbage,
All or nothing.
diabetes,
underlie, norm,
companion,
pursue, aggressive,
combine, attitude,
vendor,
garage, fluid,
Howling.
publish,
fascinate, display,
ticklish,
reconstruction,
cherish,
supply,
reconstruct,
simplicity,
converse,
rid, passionate,
Pick one's nose.
erupt,
static, supplement, stray, stable, relative,
inconvenience,
nasty,
Insulator.
remarkable,
feel like, ing, empirical,
Slap. Equals beat.
sanitary,
ancestor. Material,
recall,
flow,
pulse,
Certainty.
ultimately,
The former.
Have a lot of to do with.
contact,
suicide,
accommodate,
stain, sage, sort, on one's way,
immense, employee,
Align with.
emerge, leave out,
So that SV.
Vice versa.
yield to,
ashore, explicit, corrupt, dictate,
shed,
facilitate,
restriction,
Diminish. Equals decrease.
Physiological.
anthropology,
passage,
detract, ego,
suppress, revise,
discredit,
otherwise,
Buying.
save, observe,
imprison,
vague,
corrupt,
radical,
inhibit,
scrape, perform,
imply, go after, ban,
similarity,
commitment,
Irregular.
descendant,
reptile,
extreme, biological, approve, leave behind, engage in, economical, burial, generosity, mammal,
Evict.
be capable of, hop, miserable,
remark, refer to,
explain,
various,
impression, encouragement, belong, cognizant, executive, excuse,
responsible,
collect, inspiration,
paternity,
extra,
Intelligible.
relation,
distress, instinct,
Bewilder.
straightforward, temporarily,
inherit, adapt,
Clan.
steer,
competent, admission,
orphan,
assume,
suburb, solve,
criticize, distance, commit, fiber, censor, bow,
threaten, stand,
hesitate,
transition,
Sting. Equals prick.
bring up,
optimist,
biology, deserved,
Irritability.
in terms of,
cottage,
prevail, respect, suck,
gratitude, mistreat,
owe, vast,
bride,
Infertility.
furnish, eliminate, evaluate, frequency, fossil,
Deceive equals cheat.
penetrate, stepping stone,
inborn, flood,
shear,
cancer,
ascend,
feminine, manipulate,
neutrality, seem to,
deal with,
yawn,
undo,
practice,
desire,
unit,
keep up with,
withdraw, rough,
incorporate, compare,
soak, recover, waste,
interact,
eloquent,
politician,
essence,
proportion,
combustion,
plausible,
excavate, gather, cast, detour, empower,
sneak, tenant, omit,
decode,
prominent,
advantage, maxim, colleague, expertise, insulate,
decent,
skeleton, present,
bring together, formulate, depart, layout,
drainage,
lead, load,
infringement,
preserve,
ire, come up with,
stack, pray,
limit, crush,
prevalent, struggle, speculate, presume,
craving, artery,
Stay up at night.
jam,
parallel, shortcoming,
deviant,
treatment,
deposit,
Emit equals shed.
calculation, essential,
sewage,
displease,
vehicle,
exclude,
pedestrian, perlusive,
board,
spectator,
immerse,
victim, tropical,
civilization, compassion, grab,
flipper,
glimpse,
profession,
mature,
precision, morale,
foretell,
credibility, define, illusion, depict, challenge,
substitute,
disapprove,
Seagulls.
fake,
cue,
Downstare.
relentless,
get out of,
strike,
inspector,
vivid,
boundary, constant, address,
Incoordinated.
stagger, mount,
avoid, dismiss,
optical,
conclude, gap, metabolism,
Have little to do with.
adequate,
well-being, 'being, 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 'being
respiratory, respiration, shallow, thick,
infrastructure,
adore,
divorce,
Beware. Conservationist.
refuge, surround, surface,
make sense, indispensable,
Lay off. Divinity.
assembly,
Manage to.
condition, generous, claim, arise,
selection,
illiteracy,
permanent,
impair, breakthrough, contradict, creature,
suitable,
license, magnificent,
render, pretend, powder, myth, seldom, reply, occurrence,
Disabled equals handicapped. Attribute A to B.
vertical,
acquisition,
slightly, subjective,
mad, faint,
Enlarge.
useless,
customize,
End up.
carry out, hesitation, label,
Be accustomed to. Ing.
whereas, show up,
embody, immoral, long term,
Be liable to V.
junk, infer,
Depend on. Rely on.
wander,
No matter where. Equal.
modify,
roast, repeat,
delegate,
Skeletal.
adverse,
subject,
Preoccupy.
rotate,
O to B.
Peak.
realm, valley,
embrace, entrance, attain, insurance,
Be consistent with.
melt,
proximity, perception,
activate, desperate,
Circuit.
indigenous, expedition, complain,
point,
connection, foster,
notion, perceptual,
craft, furthermore,
textile, when it comes to, tickle,
gem,
Forecaster.
transport, solitary, terminate, snatch,
interpret,
pension, pronounce, naive, peer,
belonging, devour, behavior,
tease,
accommodation,
underscore,
emotion, clue, absurd, graze,
on top of that, versus,
Expiration.
expire, implement,
resist,
disability,
underlying,
conscience,
Impertinent. Aggress.
department, discover,
unemployment, Pessimism.
As if SV.
Stride. Replace.
Match. Appetite.
Paralyze.
Disregard. Indignant.
Roll. Tolerance.
Afford.
Unselfish.
Never before nor since.
Deserve. Inventory.
Offer.
Gasp.
Timely.
Prohibit.
Acknowledge.
Deposition.
Induce.
Project. Versatile.
Mindful.
Mutation.
Host.
Affection.
Confidence. Definition.
Associate A with
Laden. Eligible.
Ripple. Objective.
Plunge into.
Solution.
Classify. Experiment. Employ.
Second hand.
Helpless.
Unload.
Bitter.
Priority.
Breaking news. Companionship. Awareness. Giggle. Expose.
Subscribe. Refrigerator.
Destination. Assign.
Passion.
Coffin. Considerate.
Reproduce. Shrink. Unprecedented.
Grain. Honor. Contrast.
Depletion.
Bias. Infinite. Behave. Fellow.
Vacancy.
Poor. Prospect.
Escape. Ensure.
Paradox.
Woeful.
B tilde at the mercy.
Immediate. Command.
Be bound to.
Meet. Lateral. Criminal. Advertise. Groom. Grasp.
Perish.
Architect. Defeat. Frame.
Painkiller.
Pregnant. Notorious. Release.
Appropriate. Architecture. Intake.
Weird.
Certificate. Manifest. Extent.
Security.
Cheat. Extend.
Unconquerable.
Psychiatrist. Psychi.
Lament. Evolution.
Against.
Expansion.
Presence. Transform. Peak.
Extraordinary.
Suit.
Channel. Income.
Portion.
Mixture. Inspire. Barter.
Sculpture.
Conclusion. Intimidate.
Ridiculous.
Fatal. Collapse. Concerning.
Be worth-ing.
Inconsistency.
Skyscraper.
Detach.
Marginalize.
Eventually. Analyst.
Personnel.
Accuracy. complete. In the light of,
old-fashioned,
hypothesis,
procedure, sneeze,
differ, frontier, mandatory,
remove, territory, sincere,
dimension, concern, appreciate,
retrieve, specific, steep,
encounter, conviction, genetic,
relevant,
consume, agenda,
spice,
intensify,
muscle, seed,
ecosystem, dominate,
sour, wipe, murder,
alliance, harbor,
Groan equals moan.
method,
remote,
Have something to do with.
poetry,
Regression.
undergo,
detect,
weave, sensitive, sweep,
literacy, flee,
prison,
confine, hide, equality,
reveal,
bully, gleam,
surge, valuable,
financial,
Upstream.
branch,
predict,
feed,
Administrator.
favor,
Interplay.
influence,
spare,
aptitude, doom, astonish,
reinforce,
emphasize,
Regime.
orient,
announce, audience,
offspring,
Contraction.
take into account, typhoon, shrug,
issue, abroad, available,
plead,
guarantee,
Sincerity.
crude,
pros and cons,
liberty, acquaintance,
stem from, species, spawn,
keen, general,
proof, rise to one's feet,
critic, cure, decline, emit, fragment,
popularity,
Devote equals dedicate. Bear in mind equals keep in mind.
deteriorate,
agent, privilege,
drop out of,
pupil,
descend, district, inspect, consent,
nourish,
linger,
be responsible for, skepticism, nothing but,
diversity,
pile, precise, responsibility,
mind, describe,
Obligate.
thread,
contagious,
toss, pollute,
gradually,
stranger, reef, affair,
Reformation.
steady,
alternative, accurate,
revision, scholar, skeptic,
deliberate,
patch,
incredible,
slight,
fraction,
nutrition,
aware,
hypothesize,
endow,
outcome, rent,
beverage, contract, compel,
sleeve,
hatred,
resolution,